Divine masculine. I'm going to do a read for you. I, for some reason, feel like I need to keep this quick. You might be kind of fed up. I don't know. This could be also just like the really like manly men, the manly men. I'm hearing that theme song from, what is that? Two Men and a Boy or something, like with Charlie Sheen. Manly, 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 manly. Dude. Yeah, I can't sing. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm hearing that. Here's Autopilot Mind number 23. Interesting. Just did Divine Feminine, obviously. And number 32 was coming out a lot with that. This is number 23. Autopilot Mind. Divine Masculine. No autopilot mind, okay? Says, in the mundane, nothing is sacred. In sacredness, nothing is mundane. Meaning you will find reason and meaning in whatever it is that you think you cannot. I know it sucks. I don't like to hear that either. If that makes you feel any better. It says you will only feel confused when you've mistaken conditional truth for ultimate truth. With the ultimate truth of your heart, you can see truth as truth and untruth as untruth. So basically you have discernment. You see truth is truth and untruth is untruth. That's what it says. This is all in reverse, meaning don't do this to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to make things all black and white. Don't push yourself into a corner. Don't do the autopilot mind. Think things through, decide what you want, and go after that. That's my advice. I don't know why I'm feeling that energy off that card. Maybe it's just like my natural, defiant, rebellious little self being like, bells, just a whole bunch of rebellious little bells going off in my head. But that's kind of what I feel about autopilot mind. Sometimes that's a good thing, is to be able to just get through the day, or and I'm not saying that, like, hand yourself the remote control and click away like Adam Sandler. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that having the ability to wall off some of your energy from other people in a very specific way, yes, decreases your propensity for sickness. And that just means mental stability, okay? So autopilot mind coming out in reverse and sickness in reverse. If I was to hold this in the upright, this would say that your autopilot mind is making you sick. So you kind of need to like, I just said no autopilot mind. And it's because there can become like addiction, or almost like that's the only kind of mind that you have anymore. You no longer are thinking autonomously. You're going with a crowd mind, or it's like an interest group having a very specific pressure point on you or something. You just don't want to go that way. Just not yeah. You don't want to be compulsive. So this is a number 23 in the reverse, number 26 in the reverse, and number 21 in the reverse. So you could just be really feeling like you're trying something new right now. You're pushing yourself beyond your scope of comfort in a way that you didn't plan on doing. Maybe you ran into a set of circumstances, a group of people, a specific task that you needed to complete before you were able to move up spiritually, physically, mentally, on the job, whatever. Just in life, karmically, this is doing that really consciously. And that is a very divine masculine thing to do. It's very masculine energy, pushing. Like, I feel like this has not been automatic for you. You've really had to bear down. Like, dude, like, you've not been able to just be like out there doing your thing. This is almost like I'm just seeing a lot of flashes of light. You could be having a lot of memories about your past and not really wanting to go back that way. It's like a whole bunch of Men in Black flashes that you put on yourself. because you're like, I'm not doing that. Nope, no, don't even look at it. It for women, it's the equivalent of if we see our favorite type of cake. I know, yes, I realize that it's there on the aisle. I know exactly which side of the aisle. And I may just like veer away from that entire section just to make sure that I don't go down there. Okay? I'm not doing it. I'm not going down that aisle. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So I might take a detour. And it's because there's like this knowing of thyself, right? This, you know what makes you sick, you know what's healthy for you, and you know what's not, you know what's not so autopilot mind about you. Okay? And this is one of those things that can get carried away for all of us. So it's from lust arises grief, from lust arises fear. For whoever is free from lust, there is no grief, much less fear. Those are the words of the Buddha, and it was from the Dhammapada 215. Sensuous misconduct is easily created by the erroneous views of an untrained mind about what love is and what love isn't. So that makes a lot of sense. Like, you could just be like kind of gritting your teeth trying to get through something so that you can have genuine love. So that you have the car of your dreams, so that you've got the house of your dreams, so you've built all of these experiential learning moments that are now paying off for you in the physical, or you've already you've got so many memories and photos of all those memories, and like, you know what I mean, like you've built something for yourself. Yeah, there's sensory desire in the upright. I think this was coming out in the Divine Feminine reading, so I'm going to just leave that right there. I'm going to grab my deck. This is a hodgepodge collage deck. Something is not so obvious. Probably the fact that you're trying to do this, right? That would be my guess. Yeah, this is the Ten of Wands in reverse. You're trying to come off like this is not burdening you whatsoever. It is. This not being sexual or lustful or whatever the case may, it's killing you on the inside a little bit. However, it's something that you're willing to take a look at so that you can move on. You don't have to learn by living it any longer. Ooh, that's powerful. So this is you no longer having to go through the same cycle, right? You're no longer going through that same cycle of autopilot mind of just, I don't know, I guess for some reason I'm seeing like suitors, a whole bunch of suitors with roses. It's like maybe now you've had all the roses you can handle. So you actually tell people on your profile at the very bottom in the very small print, thank you to anybody offering me roses. I genuinely appreciate it. However, I am no longer accepting roses at this time. Please think of another botanist, botanical inspiration to woo me with from here on out. Thank you, yours truly. Right? Completely different address, but it doesn't mean that it is not appreciated, loved, duly noted, or respected for that matter. Okay? This means this sickness that has been keeping all of our social security rather tied up, in specific areas of the world, whether we know who, would, what, when, where, why, or how they have encountered us. We've encountered something really rather large, right? And we'd like for it not to be a large sickness. Now, sickness could also mean things like a sick number. You could also be seeking certain things like botanical remedies, because oftentimes, unfortunately, botany and zoology are the two ways that pharmaceutical companies can gather new information about specifically endangered species. Otherwise, it's very dangerous work. Yes. What's not to love? Well, the endangerment of species before our grandchildren even had a chance to discover them. I just wanted to grab one more for the sensory desires at the top of the reading over here. Oh, look what came out yet again. This came out in the last reading for Divine Feminine. There's something about the two halves of yourself are being balanced out right now. There's a metamorphosis. Number 5 is not only laughter, like belly laughter, but for Divine Feminine, which I actually didn't mention to her, there's also like Lamaze. So that's kind of the same thing as like this. Number 5 energy is breath. It's knowing. It's energy. It's the creation of something in with the new. Something that's not very obvious at this time because you've not lived it yet, but it's going to have this huge impact. It's like finding a new species of huge cat, like a large cat, okay? Could have had or maybe it's like having Jurassic Park recreated. You found the petri dish that actually has like a part of the mammoth in it, and therefore you can put the piece of that mammoth on, like just slap that bad boy onto a, you know what I'm saying, like re-warm it up from the ice ages or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? There's something about ice being across the top. It's like, or frozen. What else can you call that? The shelf, the Arctic shelf being pictured across the top, and then from that point there's like 2 layers down from there, and then there's a grassy knoll that really doesn't have a name at this point. We don't really know what goes that deep through sub temperature, like polar temperatures that deep. It's kind of, it's that would give most people a brain freeze. That's what this is. I want some enchanted map knowledge and information. Please, moving towards the futuristic view. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, into the unknown is number 7. She is blindfolded. So in the past, we had to learn by living it. At this point, we get to go into the unknown without pilot mind, intentionally doing so. It's like the difference between having an uncharted, unmapped, completely unmanned mission somewhere that goes completely off kilter, off course, and has no way of correcting itself. So it's forever hurtling through space and time. That's learning by living it. I think several Apollo missions could have. Ooh, that was like Michonne energy. There's something the Divine Feminine just cut out about that. Go look at that reading. This autopilot mind is now no longer as useful as it used to be, I guess you could say. I do want to say you're standing on the precipice of something. She's up on a balcony, kind of not being able to look down. So fear of heights, don't worry about it. Here's a scarf to put around your face. You know what I mean? Yep, there's a mountain. I'm hearing ain't a mountain high enough, ain't a valley low enough. This is a moon, and there's two birds flying towards this, like the opening or the portal of this mountain in particular. So it's gone from 7 to 6, which is notable. Interesting. So this is encouragement, and then it's 5-4. So this went 7, 6, 5, 4. You can see that. Uh, this says heal the ouch. Just fell on the bench beside me. This is 7, 6, 5, 4. I guess, and the way I'm looking at it on the table is like this. So yeah. So maybe in the camera it looks like 4, 5, 6, 7. Either way it goes, this is progression, and it's not actually that obvious. It's something kind of subtle. It's like the snow tiger. I don't know why I'm hearing the silence of the snow tiger. There is no such thing as the silence of the lambs, but in this specific case, for some reason that seems to be significant. Oh, okay. So this is interesting. She's got feathers all over her neck and head. It's like if she wants to jump without looking off this balcony. What movie is that? I think it's First Wives Club. She like jumps off this balcony and she expects to be able to fly because she's like intoxicated or something. And she ends up like dying. Like it wasn't a good idea. Autopilot mind in reverse, right? Not something you want to try learning by living it. Here is this kind of I just don't know why I'm seeing like life alert. And it's kind of like this piece right here is what will alert or like I don't know why I'm hearing like a lot of vocals right there. It's a light being shown on something, and something is like being activated or alarmed because of it. There is no sickness, but that's because of all of these alarms. There's like Tomb Raider feeling going on right there. Oh, go watch Divine Feminine if you're interested in knowing the opposite side of this, because it does have a little bit of seems like your ancestral lineage has perhaps been tapping on the shoulder about something that is not really that obvious, but actually has everything to do with you being tested. What's not to love about a situation? Well, it's not. It's phlegm, but also so is phlebotomy. It's what the study of how to use a needle to get fluids in or out of the human body. It's not a compulsive thing. It's very direct. It's like having a direct line or being tapped in, being completely siphoned either from or to. It's an incubus, succubus kind of energy. And that is this heal the ouch. That was the reason for all of the best of the both worlds. I just said sometimes you can administer drugs or blood transfusions or whatever, saline solution for hydration. But it can also do the opposite. So take it for what it's worth. with a grain of salt, because just as quickly as it's taken advantage of is just as quickly as it can turn on its user. So keep that in mind, divine masculine. Don't get too far into your masculine energy to the point where you are not being sensitive. I don't know why there's something about needing to go spend time watching your divine feminine, that is your divine feminine, not your karmic or anything like that. Go watch them and encourage them a little bit. I feel like there's a need to reframe or kind of re-add a sense of energetic input into the relationship. And I don't think it has much to do outside of even just finding like one piece of common information that you can either agree upon, laugh about, share, become in awe of together. It's learn one thing together or push yourselves out of your comfort zone together. You know what I mean? Do something. Do something. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Just maybe some divine females might be kind of irritated or something. I don't get it. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Just do something. Okay, I'm hearing someone like kind of I don't know if you got a teacher or like a nosy neighbor, or if you've like I don't even want to talk like this, but it's kind of like someone's like like um someone's flustered, okay, and they want you to do something about it. I'm not talking. Please don't shoot the messenger. I am just a channel. You can change the channel if you don't like it or unsubscribe. Anyway, hope that helps. Talk to you later. Bye.